Hello, good evening. It's News 360 coming to you live from the News Hub here at Adesawe Kanda. I am Portia Gabor.
And I am Martin Asiedu-Dartey. Let's bring you the headlines for the next 1 hour.
News 360 Headlines is brought to you by
Flamingo Paint,
Pepsodent Charcoal and Pepsodent Herbal, EcoBank.
Coming up tonight, investigative board set up to unravel circumstances leading to recent helicopter crash to complete its work within 30 days.
Also tonight, nearly a dozen people die in land dispute at Beniyiri in the Sola Tuna Kalba district of Savannah region, despite deployment of police and military personnel.
Later in the show, the leadership of NAT and NAGRAT urged parents affected by the cancellation of BEC results to take swift legal action.
In business news, a financial analyst warns Bank of Ghana's move to reduce size and frequency of its foreign exchange interventions could force businesses to move transactions to the black market.
And on the international front, Botswana president declares a public health emergency, saying the national medical supply chain had failed. We have details of all these stories, and we always love to hear from you, so do let your comments come in.
We first begin with education, and leadership of NAT and NAGRAT is urging parents affected by the cancellation of withholding of their children's exam results by the West Africa Examinations Council to take swift legal action. In an interview with our Labour Affairs correspondent Daniel Opoku, the pre-tertiary teacher unions made it clear that justice must not be delayed.
8 months after a landmark court ruling forced the West African Examinations Council to release the results of over 10,000 students, WAEC is once again under scrutiny. In January this year, thousands of students had their results withheld or cancelled by WAEC, prompting a wave of legal action from aggrieved parents. The High Court eventually ruled in their favor, compelling WAEC to release the results. But fast forward to the present, and a new controversy is brewing. WAEC has cancelled the entire BEC results of 177 students and withheld results of over 2,000 others. The council alleges the students were involved in examination malpractices, using mobile phones and other unauthorized items during the exams. General Secretary of NAT Thomas Tanko Musa is demanding clarity from WAEC on how the alleged malpractices were detected and verified.
WAEC is saying that they detected during the conduct of the examination and marking. Fine. So the evidence you have that you detected during the conduct of the exam and the marking, should any parent go to court today, kindly provide the evidence, and it should be competent one, of course. And like I said, I pray that this time WAEC will not lose this case, because you see, if WAEC should lose the 2 times on a row, then no, WAEC will suffer credibility crisis.
He also urging parents who feel wronged by the cancellation to seek legal redress.
Article 23 of the Constitution of Ghana is clear that when you occupy a public office, you must act fairly and reasonably. So if in the minds or in the eyes of the parents you have acted capriciously, they have every right to go to court to go and seek redress.
Meanwhile, NAGRAT's president Angie Kabonu is calling for firm punitive measures against students and parents found guilty of cheating.
We need to deal with it totally by exacting the punitive and sanctioning laws. When people are found guilty, they should be dealt with according to law.
He is also advocating for stronger systems to prevent future exam malpractices.
WAEC conducts examination on behalf of international bodies. Have you ever had leakages? How come that this, when it comes to direct WAEC exam, we have leakages?
Then there's a problem somewhere.
There is a problem somewhere. Yes. If the person must be sent to jail, send the person to jail.
Now, the West African Examination Council has cancelled the results of nearly 900 candidates in this year's BECE over various forms of malpractice. It's the highest number of cancellations in a decade, raising a fresh concern about the persistence of exam irregularities despite tougher surveillance. And Yunam Haligan looks at the facts and figures.
Countless Ghanaian teenagers, the basic education certificate examination is more than a test. Passing the BEC is the first hurdle that grants access to acquiring the foundation academic qualification that opens the doors to further education or employment. The anxiety to pass by all means on the part of pupils, teachers, parents and even schools has caused the yearly examination to be bedeviled by unfortunate incidents of examination malpractice. According to WAEC, the 2025 examination saw results of nearly 900 candidates cancelled for various forms of malpractice, the highest figure in almost a decade. 895 results were cancelled, 177 entire results for impersonation and phone-related cheating, and 718 subject results for collusion and the use of foreign materials. It's a sharp rise compared to the 422 cancellation recorded in 2024, signaling that despite tougher surveillance, malpractice is adopting faster than enforcement. The examination body has expressed disappointment in the recurring irregularities despite a series of stakeholder engagement.
For these 177 candidates, a majority of them had in their possession mobile phones. And for that particular, offense, you would have your entire results cancelled. There should be a certain change of mindset on the part of our candidates, on the part of supervisors and vigilators, as well as parents.
He further raised concerns about the ability of students to sneak mobile phones into the exam halls.
So basically, one of the rules about the examination is that before the candidates go in, the invigilators should search them thoroughly before they go in. Unfortunately, we suspect that the searching is not properly done, or that there is some kind of connivance between the invigilator and the candidates, and that is what is making it possible for them to sneak into the halls with the mobile phones.
Some 10 years ago, Ghana witnessed its worst exam scandal with over 1,800 results cancelled after mass paper leaks. Reforms that followed included airlifting of exam packets, serial numbering, and the use of detection software. These drove cancellations down to 42 in 2017, the lowest on the record. But the problem never went away. From smartphones in 2018 to impersonation in 2019 and digital fraud syndicates in 2022, malpractice has continued to evolve. Even in 2023, when cancellations fell to 357, more than 22,000 scripts were flagged for suspected cheating. A decade on, the figures suggest one clear reality. Large-scale exam leaks may have been contained, but technology-driven malpractice remains Ghana's biggest exam challenge yet. And Yuna Malika, TV3 News, Accra.
Let's now go to the Savannah region, and nearly a dozen people have already died in a land dispute at Biniyiri in the Sola-Tuna Kalbat district, despite deployment of police and military personnel to the area. On Sunday, August 24, 5 people were confirmed dead, with several others seriously injured during an exchange of gunfire. The Biniyiri community has since become a ghost town as residents have fled for their lives. Security forces have been working to restore calm, but eyewitnesses report that the clashes continue to escalate. Let's now cross over to the region and speak to Christopher Amwako, our correspondent over there. Christopher, thank you so much for your time. More deaths recorded so far. What could be the cause of this escalation?
Yes, so Portia, it has to do with some reprisal attacks from other communities. And earlier in the day when we reported on this incident, we indicated that there could be a possibility of a reprisal attack from other communities, and exactly that is what we are seeing. The Biniri area is a vast area, and their roads are even not accessible. So it is very difficult for security operatives to access most parts of the enclave. So the conflict has now moved from the Biniri community itself to other adjoining communities, and that is why we are witnessing more death cases coming as a result of the conflict, because security agencies are unable to access most parts of the enclave.
Ella, you reported that the Regional Security Council was in a meeting. What's the outcome of that meeting?
Okay, so first of all, they have resolved to send more security operatives to the area by beefing up security because yesterday when the incident happened in the night, it was very difficult for the security agencies, even though they were on top of the game and trying to calm people around. They also ensured that the conflict did not escalate at night. So today, Savannah Regional Security Council, after the meeting, resolved that security must be intensified in the area as negotiations and peace talks also continues from other parts of the Biniri area.
Christopher, any arrests so far?
So far, there hasn't been any reported cases of arrest, but what we can confirm is that some weapons were retrieved or seized by the security operatives in the area. As to whether the people left the weapons and fled, leading to the security retrieving these weapons, that is what we are yet to find out from the security operatives.
Now, just before you go, women and children are mostly affected in these conflict situations. How are they coping?
Portia, I must say that it's a very sad situation in the Biniri enclave because as we speak, dozens, hundreds of women and children are currently in the bush seeking refuge. Some of them who have been able to manage to get to Tuna and Sola and other parts of the Upper West region is very serious for them as they are unable to cope with the situation. But majority of them, women, children, and some of the men are finding refuge in the bushes around.
Christopher, thank you so much for your time. Christopher Mwako, SR Savannah Regional Correspondent.
Now, the Ministry of Defense has announced that the investigation board established to inquire into the recent Z9 helicopter crash has officially commenced its work. The announcement was made in a press release dated the 25th of August 2025. The board is chaired by the National Security Coordinator and includes members from the Ghana Air Force and the Aircraft Accident and Incident Investigations and Prevention Bureau of the Ghana Civil Aviation Authority, GCAA. The release also stated that the United States of America is providing expert advice and assistance to the board through visiting investigators from the United States Air Force. According to the release, a preliminary investigation team was constituted on the day of the incident, which happened on the 6th of August, to gather initial evidence. That preliminary team is scheduled to submit its report to the main body, and we are told that actually has been done. The investigation board has been mandated to complete its full work within 30 days.
Let's now head towards the Akwatia by-election, and the Electoral Commission has reiterated calls for political parties to abide by electoral rules to ensure a smooth and peaceful by-election in Akwatia. To that end, the final Inter-Party Advisory Committee meeting is scheduled for this week, where political parties are expected to reaffirm their commitment to a peaceful process.
Political activities have intensified in Akwatia, with a noticeable increase in police presence. Security barricades have been mounted at strategic locations to maintain order. The Electoral Commission expects over 52,000 voters to cast their ballots across 119 polling stations on September 2. The Eastern Regional Election Director John Apia Bafo urged political parties to play by the rules to safeguard the integrity and peace of the electoral process.
You know, we, the Electoral Commission, we don't have interest in who wins the elections. Our common interest is to organize free, fair, and peaceful elections, and that is all that we want to have. So we entreat all the political parties also to comport themselves, conform to the rules, so that at the end, we shall all have the peaceful elections that we are yearning for.
Meanwhile, the Minister of State in charge of Government Communications, Felix Kwakye Ofosu, has expressed confidence that the National Democratic Congress will secure victory in the upcoming Akwatia by-election. He noted that the party is determined to honor the late Defense Minister and NDC's Director of Elections and IT, Dr. Edward Omanibuama, who, he says, before his passing, spearheaded a number of strategies. He was speaking to the media on the sidelines of President Mahama's state visit to Singapore.
We all miss Dr. Omanibuama. Indeed, we do know that before he passed, rather unceremoniously and so tragically, he had begun to lay down the blockworks for resounding victory in Akwatia. So in his memory, we will carry out the plans as he laid out, and we'll build upon it. We'll add more impetus to it and ensure that we fine-tune it to deliver victory for us in Akwatia, so that the same benefits that all constituencies that are being properly represented in Parliament are deriving will be derived by the people of Akwatia. So we are confident of victory.
In more news tonight, the Dodowa Booster Pumping Station is back to operational efficiency, restoring water flow to the northeastern part of Accra, including Dodowa, Spintex, Adenta, Medina, and Accra Central. A blast at the facility on August 21 damaged the capacitor bank and switch, interrupting water supply for days. A report by George Queenan.
Following this, water flow has been restored to communities including Dodowa, Adenta, Medina, Spintex, Jolu, Okponglo, Legon and Accra Central, which form part of northeastern part of Accra. The Deputy Minister for Works, Housing and Water Resources, Gisela Tete Agbotui, paid a field visit to the Dodowa Booster Pumping Station to ascertain first-hand information on the blast. The capacitor bank and switch at the facility were damaged as a result of the blast. Station manager Adolf Agbozulo said the situation was contained before the arrival of the National Fire Service on August 21.
It was a blast that we experienced that was followed by fire that has destroyed some of our cabinets that contain the drives, the switches and other things. But luckily for us, the power bank, that is the core operational thing in the middle of the system, we were able to isolate it. So we were able to connect power that is driving the system now. But now, from yesterday, the system has fully been restored. So the areas will now get water.
The Ministry for Works, Housing and Water Resources is awaiting a situational report from the Ghana Water Company Limited.
As I'm leaving, we'll be expecting a situational report. This happened on Thursday. And by yesterday, Sunday, everything was, we have isolated the capacitor banks just to make sure that we can still put on our pumps. We have 5 pumps in here, 3 working, 2 on standby. Typically, that's what you do because you must have the operational contingency and in case something happens here. So that is what I've also come to check that everything is fine. So we are back with water supply as we should.
The station supplies 40 million gallons of water daily with a holding capacity of 6.6 million gallons, which is expected to increase upon completion of phase 2 of the pump house.
Right, so that's part of our campaign to keep very close eyes on all major roads in the country and how far they have come regarding development and construction. Now, nearly 2 decades after construction began, the Sofoline interchange, a key project designed to improve traffic and connectivity across the Ashanti region, still awaits completion. From its inception in 2007 to the present day, the project has been marred by delays. Ibrahim Abubakar reports on the current state of this stalled infrastructure.
It was meant to be a symbol of progress, a solution to the chronic traffic that choked Ghana's second largest city. Construction began in 2007, a promise of smoother journeys and better connectivity for Ashanti and beyond. But almost decades later, that promise remains only partially fulfilled. This is the Sofoline interchange, a vital piece of infrastructure caught between completion and abandonment.
I'm standing on the Sofoline interchange itself, where traffic here flows significantly better than it did 18 years ago. The project has never been officially handed over to the government. The core interchange is complete, but the project was always more than this. The planned link from Sofoline to Akwatia Road has a critical portion that has been left incomplete.
Anytime that you put maybe park here, unless you rub it before the dust to go, so it's causing a lot of problem to us. So we will tell the government to come and help us to complete the road for us.
The contractor, China Geoengineering Corporation, maintains a presence but not progress. The pedestrian tunnel, designed for safety, has become a hub for criminal activity. Inadequate lighting has rendered it useless, forcing pedestrians into the path of speeding vehicles.
Mostly, if you pass here alone, unfortunately, you can meet robbers around and they will take your phone or something important to you. Yes, so that's why many people wouldn't like to pass here, because the place is dark. I think there are CCTV cameras around, but because there is no light, the CCTV cameras too are not working.
Concerning the street lights, all the cables have been removed by thieves. Yes, that is why you don't see light there in the night. And then the tunnel too, the same thing. But the tunnel, I think about 2 weeks ago, we went to clean there. And we are putting in frantic effort to engage some people to manage there or guide there in the afternoon.
These malfunctioning traffic lights have been left broken for months, creating chaos and risking accidents daily.
The elderly ones, they find it very difficult to cross because they will need assistance from either the police who are on duty at that moment. If they are not there, then it means just a normal civilian has to do those kind of acts. And then we have school children too who are nearly resuming school, I think a week or two. So I think these are some of the challenges that we are having.
Records from the National Road Safety Authority indicate that most of the pedestrian knockdown cases recorded in the Ashanti region occur on this Sofoline Ebuakwa stretch. Municipal Chief Executive for Kwadaso, Eric Esibe, admits the challenge, but says government will soon address them.
I know once the government has started spending, by all means, they will be looked at. Their plate will be looked at and they will come back to work because it's a major contract. You can't take it away from Kumasi and Ghana as a whole because Sofoline interchange it links up to the Sunyani Road and we can't just leave it at that.
After 18 years, the question remains, what exactly is delaying the full completion of these projects? Well, the current traffic situation has improved, but residents want a full closure to ensure the road project serves its full purpose. Ibrahim Abubakar, TV3, Ashanti region.
And away from the Ashanti region, the Ghana Revenue Authority is grappling with a 2 million cedi judgment debt after it suspended the licenses of 3 companies for alleged malfeasance without giving them fair hearing. The Commissioner General revealed that the GRA is unable to identify these officials who initiated the action, but efforts are underway to recover the amounts and unpaid taxes. Christian Yali reports.
An earlier report by the Auditor General, as submitted to Parliament, had stated that Ghana's public debt was overstated by the Controller. But appearing before the Public Accounts Committee, Mr. Kwesi Adjei indicated that some reconciliations were done, after which they noted that the account was not overstated.
There's some reconciliation, but we still came back with the same figure, the same 861 billion for whole of government, and then 711.4 billion for central government and guaranteed also East. The figures haven't changed. The figure as we see in the financial statement is the same as we have after the reconciliation.
It was worrying for an impression to be created that the Controller and Accountant General had overstated Ghana's public debt. And so this conclusion, sending the message clear to everybody that there was no overstatement of the public debt.
According to the Controller, all issues of payroll infractions are being investigated.
We should go beyond recovery. So the audit report will definitely indicate the recipients and their staff ID, if that should be in the audit report. So I want that report. We are working in collaboration with other security agencies, OSP, because if somebody did it, definitely we are using an Oracle system. There's an audit trail. We can go into the system and then identify who actually on that particular day processed their allowances. It's something very easy that we can do.
Then we had the Ghana Revenue Authority appearing before the committee, which was cited for some judgment debt for cancelling the licenses of 3 companies without fair hearing.
Have you been able to recover the entire 2,097,000 as recommended by the auditors?
The amount has not been recovered. And the reason is that the authority has not been able to assign it to specific officers.
Paperwork at GRA. You suspend their licenses, they take you to court. Give us the reasons why you suspended, you can't give them. And because of that, we pay over 2 million Ghana cedis. Ready and Kopo. Who made that decision to suspend the licenses?
The Commissioner General of the GRA indicated that there are ongoing efforts to enhance revenue mobilization.
Tax debts are one of the difficult areas for our work. However, as GRA, we are committed to national development, and national development comes with revenue mobilization. And therefore, in instances where we have difficult tax debt, we put in all the efforts to make sure that we are recovering. We are also at rare occasions, use the enforcement actions that are permitted in law, which is either garnishing accounts or sealing off. But we always say GRA want to have the human face, and therefore we're not using these actions as norm, but really.
The Public Accounts Committee has adjourned its sitting to 29th September 2025 to continue the consideration of the 2024 report of the Auditor General for the other department, ministries and agencies that are yet to appear before it. Christian Yale, TV3 News, Parliament.
Now, policy advisor on political affairs at the office of the Vice President, Samuel Ofosu-Ampofo, says Ghana is well positioned to lead the continent in digital trade. Speaking on behalf of the Vice President, Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman, at the ICT Week event in Accra, Dr. Ofosu-Ampofo noted that the 24-hour economy policy and the 1 million coders project are initiatives that could place Ghana firmly at the forefront of Africa's digital future.
The ICT Week event brought together industry leaders and innovators who are to define new priorities and secure concrete commitments and investments in order to accelerate the country's journey to become Africa's leading digital trade hub. Policy advisor on political affairs at the office of the Vice President, Dr. Samuel Ofosu-Ampofo, on behalf of the Vice President, said government is investing in digital infrastructure and services to connect every Ghanaian.
We are rapidly expanding our national fiber optics backbone and broadband network, ensuring that high-speed internet reaches schools, hospitals, businesses, homes across the country. This is closing the urban-rural digital divide and unlocking new opportunities for inclusive growth.
He noted the 24-hour economy, 1 million coders program, the Ghana.gov platform, among other initiatives by government, are to help put Ghana at the forefront of Africa's digital future. Dr. Samuel Ofosu-Ampofo said the ICT Week is timely for dialogue, collaboration and action.
Our universities, polytechnics and vocational training institutions also have a central role to play by providing relevant research, fostering innovation and equipping students with practical skills to translate ideas into market-ready products.
Deputy Minister for Communication, Digital Technology and Innovations, Mohammed Adam Suparu, promised digital innovation.
We will not only digitize government services, but also lay the foundation for private sector innovation, fintech, and also SME participation and e-commerce and cross-border digital trade.
You're still watching News 360 on TV3. Stay with us. Business, sports, entertainment, all coming up.
Reporting from the Takoradi Market Circle, from the heart of the Upper West Regional Capital,
from the heart of the Ashanti Kingdom,
reporting from Sunyani,
from the Central Business District of Navrongo.
The parliamentarians are on recess.
This is where it all unfolds, the moments that potentially alters the course of our nation and the world. These are the individuals we recognize, the voices we amplify, who appears on screen and who contributes behind the scenes. With professionalism at our core, we bring you news you can trust, impact journalism that makes a difference. This illustrates how diverse perspectives enhance our strength and reinforces our mission. This is 3 News, leaders in breaking news, exclusive interviews, facts and analysis on TV, radio, online and digital. 3 News, first in news.
The business segment is brought to you by MTN. Touch concentrated perfume.
Hello there, good evening and welcome to the business segment here on News 360. I am Michael Obodu. Now, experts in the artificial intelligence space are calling on government to implement smart and adaptive regulations to harness Ghana's AI potentials. This move, they believe, will drive economic growth and unlock AI's economic benefits, propelling growth.
At his address at the 2025 African Marketing Confederation Conference in Accra, Director of Government Affairs and Public Policy for Sub-Saharan Africa at Google, Charles Morito, called for investment in skills training to bring out the creative insights in the youth.
This isn't just about connectivity. It's about commerce and eventually creating jobs. The e-commerce market in Africa is also growing at an exponential rate.
Deputy Minister of Communication, Mohamed Adam Sakparu, admitted the regulatory challenges in Africa's digital space.
It is time we stop consuming imported technologies and look within so that we can empower our own that into ICT. So that is why His Excellency the President of the Republic has promised a lot of policies when it comes to the ICT sector.
The 2025 African Marketing Confederation Conference was under the theme, Thriving in Africa's Evolving Markets, Trust, Trends and Technology.
A new adventure is about to begin for Indomie lovers across Ghana. Indomie has launched an exciting new promotion called the Indomitables Hero Pack Promo, with amazing prices up for grabs, including a grand trip to Disneyland Paris.
Indomie's Hero Pack promo gives fans across the country a chance to win exciting weekly prizes. But the ultimate reward, a magical trip to Disneyland Paris, a dream destination for kids. Head of Human Resource for Duffield Ghana, Penny Violet Abudu, shared what inspired this thrilling promo and explained how long it will run.
We wanted to celebrate our deep connection with Ghanaians and create an experience that goes beyond the kitchen. This is why we designed the Indomitables Hero Pack promo, a way to say thank you to all our loyal fans while giving you a chance to live your dreams. The promo will run for 3 months from August 25th to November 25th, 2025.
A representative from the National Lottery Authority, Asiedu-Dartey, assured participants of full transparency, fairness and timely reward distribution.
Per the Act 722 of Ghana's Constitution, it gives NLA the sole mandate of supervising all consumer promotions from corporate Ghana and individual businesses. If you don't go through the right channel or seek our approval, you will not have the privilege of hosting your promotional activity.
The campaign lead, Mavis van der Poy, also gave a detailed breakdown of what the promo entails and how participants can enter to win.
The Indomitable Hero Pack promo is a promo launched by Indomie Ghana to reward our loyal consumers who have supported us over the years. Participants can join by just buying the Hero Pack, that's the promo pack. When they buy the promo pack, they will get a comic book inside, which has a 8-digit unique code. Yes. So once they get their 8-digit unique code, they can participate by logging on to www.indomighana.com to sign up and then enter their codes. Or they can use the USSD, which is *844 *44# and participate.
Now to our top story, financial analyst Patrick Abankwabwa has warned that the Bank of Ghana's latest directive on foreign exchange withdrawals could push large companies towards the black market. The central bank last week instructed commercial banks to immediately stop issuing foreign currency cash to large corporates unless the transactions are backed by equivalent deposits.
According to the Bank of Ghana,
Such payments must be fully supported by equivalent foreign cash deposits lodged by the same institution at the bank. The directive follows a growing trend where large firms withdraw foreign currency without prior deposits, an act the central bank says places undue pressure on the forex market and threatens exchange rate stability. While acknowledging the potential benefits of the move, banking consultant Patrick Abankwaba says it also carries risks.
I think that we don't need too many directives to curb some of these things. We should allow the system to be as it is and now use moral suasion to convince these banks not to give out a lot of these dollars, not officially. Because the moment to make it officially, if someone is even doing it and not doing it right, they become to look for ways just to survive. So I think that for me will be the approach.
He urged the central bank to explore alternative measures to safeguard the local currency.
If these large corporate institutions are not given access to be able to get funds from the banking sector because they did not deposit these dollars, what means that as businesses, they want to survive. And one of the ways that they can survive is to go to places outside the banking industry, and that can lead to money is not passing through the banking sector. And that has its own implication where it leads to certain backdoor institutions like the black market thriving in this particular sense.
Now we are for the business segment here on News 360. I am Michael Obodu. Thank you for watching. Up next, there's updates from the currency and the commodities market.
which lived up to his billing, delivering excitement, drama, and a clear preview of what fans can expect in the upcoming Ghana Premier League season. BBNE Gold Stars lifted the trophy, but all 4 participating clubs provided plenty of talking points. My colleague Mutalai Yakubu has more in the following report.
Gold Stars prove they are no longer just dark horses, but genuine contenders. Preparing for their maiden CAF Champions League campaign, they combined sharp finishing, compact defending, and relentless energy to establish themselves as the most balanced side in the competition. Head coach Frimpong Manso acknowledged their new status, admitting success comes with added pressure.
We will be the target, yes, although Kotoko still has the name. Anytime any team is playing against them, they double up. But this time around, I think we'll also add up to that numbers. So it tells us that, yes, we'll still have to double up when the league resumes.
Heart of Folk showed signs of revival. The Phobians looked refreshed and purposeful, with their fluid attacking play and improved squad depth standing out. New recruits blended seamlessly with the old guards, making Heart of Folk look every bit like potential title challengers. They capped their campaign with a commanding 2-0 victory over rivals Asante Kotoko. Still, head coach Masoud Didi Dramani insists there's more fine-tuning to do.
We play to our strength, and then we plan around that. There was a lot of work on Saturday just to do walkthroughs in terms of how we will deal with their long ball situations, and then anticipating for second balls, and then trying to put pressing on their center backs so that they can make mistakes. And we want to improve on the basic aspects where players can live up to the necessary expectations of energy, effort, and performance.
There are early concerns for Asante Kotoko. The tournament was far from ideal. The Porcupines lost all 3 of their matches, with defensive errors and attacking inconsistencies undermining their efforts. Head coach Karim Zito has work to do to restore confidence, as the team's performance has sparked doubt about their readiness for the new season and continental duty. Heart of Lions shows spirited and competitive attitude. Though they did not finish as winners, Lions impressed with their fight and determination. They were disciplined, competitive in every game, and made sure no opponent had it easy. Their performances suggest they could become one of the surprise packages of the 2025-2026 campaign. Overall, Gold Stars confirmed their growth by lifting another silverware. Heart of Folk showed encouraging promise. Kotoko raised worrying questions, while Heart of Lions reminded everybody they are a side to be respected.
Well, a lot to look forward to in the Ghana Premier League this season. Let's do some more here, where Ghanaian winger Fatau Ishaku expressed joy after scoring his first goal in 16 months, marking a triumphant return to form after a long battle with a knee injury. The winger had been sidelined for the most of last season due to a serious ACL injury that required surgery. However, his hard work has paid off, and he scored the winning goal for Leicester City when they travelled away to Charlton in the English Championship over the weekend.
This was the moment that I've been waiting for, and it was just like a good time to take it, and just want to say, like, I'm so happy and with the team and everyone supporting, and with my rehab, and it's just good to have some moment like this to feel happy, and with the fans as well and everyone in the team. And so we just keep going and get focused for the next weekend.
To some more stories, where Sudan advanced to the semi-finals of the Total Energies African Nations Championships after edging Algeria 4-2 on penalties in Zanzibar, setting up a last four meeting with Madagascar. Now, Sudan, they held their nerve in a dramatic shootout after the game ended 1-1 after 120 minutes, with goalkeeper Mohamed Abuja the hero after saving twice. Kwesi Appiah's side, who top Group D, remain unbeaten in the tournament and continue to build on their remarkable resurgence. Sudanese football administrator Balhedrin Ibrahim highlights what has accounted for their recent success and discusses their long-term goals for coach Kwesi Appiah.
They talked to him to create a system
and to create identity for Sudan national team and philosophy. So even though if he left, still Sudan should be able to carry on. We're hoping for keeping him as long as possible, but with the success he was seeing now, I'm sure Ghana itself, thinking back, and I can see online people are just giving Ghana FA a hard time about the way he's been treated and stuff, but we were hoping to keep him as long as possible. And I'm sure also Nigeria thinking about him and other big houses in Africa. So that's why we know that is going to happen at some point. So we ask him to create a system. And that's why you see young players now start showing up for the team and also integrating players from abroad, young players. So that mix.
Well, that's how we wrap up the sports segment here on News 360. My name is Oreku Ampofo.
GTP Lifestyle
and Napa Foods.
Heaven Black Insecticide Spray and Coil. Powered by 3 Entertainment.
Well, good evening and welcome to the entertainment news segment here on News 360. My name is Noella Donko. Now, Portia, poise, attitude, and glamour took center stage as contestants dazzled in the fashion show-themed edition of the pageants. Now, after 3 hours of fierce competition and flawless walks, Abby's creations, modeled by Afeziwa, took home the Best Costume Award. Asakia, named the Best Model, while Ajoko claimed the prestigious title of Overall Best. Each of the 15 contestants presented both a smart casual outfit and an elegant evening gown, each ensemble carefully curated to showcase style. The show kicked off with the GMB Beach Party, where contestants stunned the audience in vibrant beachwear while showing off their best dance moves.
We're not down. No way, we're not down. Nah, we don't stop the party. I don't wanna be a woman as a please. Don't you tell me that I wanna be the lead.
Following that, the second round of outfits lit up the runway. Designers truly did justice to the rich GTP fabric, blending creativity, style, and color patterns into jaw-dropping pieces.
I love the draping. I love the embellishment. Your poise, you took over the stage. The color palette blends so well with your skin. Well done. Etonam, you own what you have on. You exude elegance, and you made it your own. This is beyond fashion. This is style.
All 15 contestants graced the stage in intricate evening gowns that turned the runway into a celebration of fashion and artistry.
Bringing you some royalty from the Greater Accra region in fabrics from GTP.
After 3 hours of fierce competition and flawless walks, Abby's creations, modeled by Afeziwa, took home the Best Costume Award. Asakia was named the Best Model, while Ajoko claimed the prestigious title of Overall Best.
Best costume for the night, Afeziwa. The rest can step back.
Well, I hope you're voting to keep your favorite in the competition by dialing *713*13# to vote for your contestants. Well, my name is Noella Donko. Have a good evening.
Thank you so much, Noella. Coming up, international news.
Botswana's President Duma Boko has declared a public health emergency on Monday, saying the national medical supply chain had failed, leaving hospitals and clinics short of medicine and other vital stock. Boko said the military would oversee an emergency distribution drive, and the first truck would leave the capital Gaborone and head to remote areas by the evening. The Southern African country's health ministry warned in early August it was running out of medicines and supplies due to unspecified financial challenges and postponed all non-urgent surgery.
And that's it for our package this evening. Thank you so much for watching. I am Martin Asiedu-Dartey. Mind you, at 9 p.m. there is Sports Station, so do make a date.
And I am Portia Gabor. Do join Alfredo Cancer at 10 p.m. for Ghana tonight. Good evening.